Chapter 27, A Case of the Willies. PC Plank, remember the policeman? PC Plank didn't look best pleased to be dragged out of his warm, comfy bed in the middle of the night. So I think cause Alfie woke PC Plank up. The policeman still had his stripy pajamas on, but had put on his police cap to try and give himself some sense of authority. So he put on his police cap even though he's still in his pajamas to look more like a policeman. With a torch, he examined the smashed window in Alfie's bedroom. He traced the beam of the torch around the frame before shining it on the shards of glass on the floor. Finally, the policeman announced, "This window has been smashed." So after all the inspection that PC Plank did, the only thing he can say is this window has been smashed. Alfie rolled his eyes. "Yes, we have established that. That means yes, we know." Plank shone the torch right into the boy's eyes. "Less of your lips, sunshine. You are lucky I don't arrest you. Littering, wasting police time, not stopping when requested by an officer of the law." Dad was becoming increasingly frustrated with the policeman. His breathing was growing more and more uneven. "Listen, Constable, something very serious happened here tonight. Someone or something," chimed in the news agent. "Thank you, Raj," spluttered Dad. "Or something came into my son's bedroom in the middle of the night and left that revolting means disgusting, revolting thing under his pillow." PC Plank shone his torch on the eyeball, still glistering, that means still shining on the bed. He hummed. Is a made-up word, huh? "Just the one eyeball, was it?" "What?" replied Alfie, utterly bemused by the line of questioning. "Well, they normally come in pairs, don't they?" Plank defended himself. "Two would be worse, but I suppose one is still bad." "Yes, Plank. An eyeball under your pillow is bad, very bad," replied Dad before breaking into a terrible coughing fit. "Seeing it gave me an awful case of the willies," added Raj. "Gaps and I told you this was happening," said Alfie. Do you remember Gaps and Alfie went up to PC Plank before to report about all these things? "Now you have seen it with your own eyes. I am no detective," that means I'm not a detective, "but I know that eyeball is a really important piece of evidence. Shouldn't you be taking it away and examining it for fingerprints or DNA?" Yes, replied PC Plank, "but no," said Alfie. "You see, I've run out of my special evidence bags. Mom, that means my mom, used the last one tonight for my sandwiches, in case I got peckish. Peckish, that means a little hungry. So, PC Plank has been using all the special evidence bag to pack his sandwiches." "Oh, for goodness sake," said Dad. The policeman produced the sandwiches from his pajamas pocket. "Jam," he announced, before taking a bite of one. "Mom makes a very nice jam sandwich. Takes the crust off for me and all." Large saliva-sodden crumbs dropped from his mouth onto the eyeball. Gross. Said Plank as he munched away. "Have you got any cling film in the house I can wrap the eyeball in?" "No," replied the boy angrily. The policeman hummed again. "Let me think," said Plank as he finished his sandwich. "I've got it. Can you post it to me?" That means, can you send it to me by post? "What?" said Dad between coughs, unable to believe quite how stupid this man was. "Yes, pop it in a jiffy bag, slap it a second-class stamp on it. I should get it by Monday." "That will be too late," cried Alfie. "How many times do you need to be told?" Normally about 3 or 4, or at least to really get through," replied the policeman without irony. "Look, every night kids are putting their teeth under their pillows and waking up to something horrible like this," pleaded the boy. "You have to do something." All right, protested PC Plank. A first class stamp. So all he can say is that, okay, change the stamp on the post to a first class from a second class. So he still wants it to be posted. It was a relief when the useless policeman finally left. Raj went home soon after. He insisted on calling himself a taxi for the 1-minute ride back to his flat above the shop. He was far too frightened to walk home alone. Dad and Alfie cuddled up in bed together. Not only had the boy been scared out of his wits, his father had too. But even with his dad's arm around him, Alfie couldn't sleep a wink that night. His mind was racing, replaying the events in his head over and over again. Was that freezing gust of wind really the tooth snatcher entering his room? And those eyes under the bed? There was no denying it. Alfie had seen those eyes before. Those black eyes. Now he had to confront their owner. So now he had to come face to face with the tooth snatcher. Soon dawn was breaking and soon the sun started rising up. The sunlight burning through the holes in the curtains. As Dad snored, Alfie gently lifted his father's heavy arm off him and tiptoed silently back to his room. Everything in there was covered in a silvery frost. With the windows smashed, the room had become freezing cold. As quickly as he could, Alfie dressed and popped his false teeth back in. Looking out of the window frame as he zipped up his coat, there was no sound. Not even the birds were singing yet. It was still very early, and the boy knew that this was his chance. Last night had been all too much for his dad's health. Raj being nervous or frightened made him a liability, so made the whole thing very inconvenient, so he cannot bring Raj along. So as for Gaps, this was all now way too dangerous for him to want to involve the little girl. So Alfie thinks that because Gaps is a girl, so he doesn't want to ask Gaps to come along too. He was going to have to face this monster alone.